Hello, everybody. This is Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and this is episode 10 of our Tunisian crochet along. And we are doing the grid stitch this week. I could not find a video on it, so you all are going to get my very best understanding of what's said in this book that we're following along with. And what I've got here is the your chain and then the draw ups of the loop. So that's the first row. So the very first thing you have to do is work your stitches back off. And I'm just using a sample right now, right here. Okay. And so you work them off. You remember you take one off. So that's basically your chain one of turning. Then you'll take 2 and 2 and 2 across. Whoa, not like that. If that happens, just carefully put your your loops back on your hook. And then pull through 2. What I love about this is it's very easy to fix yourself. You're not going to lose where you were or anything very far, and you can put your loops back on the hook relatively easy. All right, so now the tricky part. For this stitch, I wish I could get this to focus in better. Come on, let me turn the autofocus off because it's not helping it. And you guys really need to see where this is going. And I think I will put a different color paper down here to cover this here. Bernie, lay down, honey. Lay down. Just trying to get some. Let's put this green under here. All right. All right, so we're back at this end. Where you are going to go is if you have your strand of whatever we're working on here, if you look at it at the top of this, you can kind of see there's little bumps right here. They start here. There's one there and one there and one there. So if you look at the bars are here that we would normally work through, the bars. If you look on top of the bars, there's a little piece that goes over the top, laying across the top of it, kind of like the top of a letter T. All right, I'm going to try one more thing. I should have adjusted all of this before we started, but let's see if this will help. Because it's real important, and I'll show you why it's important to know where you're going with your hook. Because I've done 2 blocks, one incorrectly, but I went ahead and finished it so I could show you guys. Okay, so if you're looking at it, your bars are up and down. If you stretch it out, you can see the bars that go up and down, and on top of those there are little loops. And let me see if I can get my hook in the first one, because you really have to pay attention because the first stitch is right behind where you need to go. So if you go through here, and if you're a tight crocheter, you might find getting it where it needs to go could be a problem. But I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's like the piece that is at the top, and then you just draw a loop through. That's it. Then you go to the next one. So here's the bar. Here's the one that lays on top of it. You're going to go into that. All right. So each time, think about the letter T, and you're working on the front facing of it. So it's toward you. So you're putting this through the loops that are on the top side of this. Excuse me. All right, I think we've got one more. And if you're not sure if you've reached the end, I count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I know I've done 9, and the last stitch is the one that's worked in the side. So we're going to put that on the side stitch right here, where you go behind the 2 on the side and draw your loop up. Okay? So again, if you work this back off, I feel like it's not in focus at all. I don't know what else to do. Ooh, oh, I didn't mean to like send y'all flying. All right, let's try this one more time. Remember, always one single, you pull off one at the side of it, and see how I messed that up? I leave the boo-boos in instead of taking everything out and doing all that editing and stuff. So you can see that you can fix it. If you keep dropping stitches or whatever, maybe you're trying to go too fast. Just slow down. All right, so you end with the one on the hook. Then again, if you think about it and just kind of pull it so that the bars are straight up and down, you'll see where to go. So there's a bar here, and then the little front loop is right there. This one's really easy once you figure out where the hook has to go. Okay, so you're just going to work in those front loops that make the letter T. And you draw up loops going this way. So it's Tunisian simple stitch through this front loop. And they call this Tunisian simple stitch in back bumps. And see, that's what confused me, in back bumps. So I'm going to finish this row out, and somehow I've picked up something I shouldn't have. There we go. Again, if it starts looking iffy when you get to this other end, and the reason I say that is it looks like there's a whole lot left here to work, but if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you know that you need to go in the side now. So it's under this one and under this one. And then you draw up a loop. And that's how you keep a square going, okay? So I hope you understood where you're needing to go. I'm going to quickly show you the block that you're making so you'll know what it looks like. So this is the grid pattern, and it just makes like little boxes, like a grid. It almost looks like graph paper. So if you've got your hook going through the right stitch, it will look like this. So now let me show you what I did. Let me get back to this other side here. Let me show you what I did, because I was going by what it says in this book. And I'll show you what happens if you get it in the wrong loop. Now remember, those instructions said to go in the back loops. All right, so when I read that, and the picture's not real clear, when I read that, I thought they meant tip this up and work in the loop back here. So that's what I did. So I was drawing up this way on my first block through the back loops. Wouldn't you think that's the back loop? And so I did that for a whole block. I'll do a couple rows of that so you can see the difference all in one, and then I'll show you my other block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got one more. 7, 8, 9. Oh, come on. Sorry, guys. Give me just a second. All right. You'll be able to see that I've done it wrong here in just a minute. So to me, they should have said the loop at the top toward you or something. I don't know. The terminology got me all messed up. Whoops. Whoops. All right. So you can see it's not looking the same, is it? All right, let me do another row of doing it in the back loops. What I consider the back loops. See, I'm working on the loop that's to the back of this top stitch, and where they want you to work is this one here. So I did one whole block going this way. And then when I got done and I held it up next to their picture, I was like, this is not right. And I went looking for a tutorial for the grid stitch, and I found nothing. You've come across one done by somebody else, please let me know in the comments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the one in the side stitch. So these 2 rows are how not to do it. The first 2 rows, go back and watch that so you'll see where to go. So let me show you. You can see the difference between this one and that one, but you can really see. So this is the correct one going through the front part of what I call the letter T. And then if you did it incorrectly, like I did, it'll look like this. And see, it looks like different blocks. This one's correct. This one is not. They're both pretty. I mean, if you want to do a grid block and then a Becky's mistake block, you could. And that's our stitch for this week. I hope that was clear enough. And I'm sorry for all the trying to figure out lighting. And I'm hoping you can see it well enough. This will go up on Friday. So if you're watching it, welcome. And I'm going to start work. Now, next week, we're doing one called the Tunisian reverse stitch. I'll go looking for tutorials as always, but you might have to just suffer with me trying to learn these stitches from the book and then passing it along to you. So again, this shows you right and wrong all on one hook. So if I put them like this, you can really see the top 2 are this block, the bottom 2 rows is the correct way to do it. So think about the letter T and put your hook under where it makes the kind of top of a letter T, not in the back loop toward the back of this stitch. All right, have fun. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. And if you think it's interesting enough to share along the internets, that would be great too. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.